In the village of Chimo, nestled in the valley, lived a potter named Tomei. To outsiders, Tomei was a master. His bowls were perfectly round, his vases symmetrically flawless. The surface of his pottery was as smooth as a lake at dawn. People came from far and wide and paid dearly for his perfection. But the villagers knew the truth. No one ever saw Tomei smile. No one saw him at the harvest festival. No one saw him relaxing at the tavern. Tomei had a secret that consumed him. Years ago, at his first fair, Tomei presented his first set of vases to his master. The master picked one up, turned it over, and pointed to a tiny, almost invisible air bubble in the base. A flaw, he said coldly. Start over. Perfection is the only standard. That night, Tomei took his flawed vase behind his workshop and shattered it with a rock. The sound of the shard echoed in the valley, and so it began. Tomei became a prisoner of his own skill. The slightest blemish, the smallest asymmetry wasn't seen as a mistake. It was seen as a revelation of his fraud. He believed he wasn't a master. He was an imposter, a broken potter, hiding behind a wall of clay. Behind his workshop, hidden by a stone wall, was what he called the graveyard. It was a growing pile of ceramic shards, the result of weeks of work he deemed impure. He was the most successful potter in the region and the loneliest man in the valley. He sold his perfect pieces, but he hid his broken self. One day, news spread like wildfire. Mia was coming to the village. Mia was no ordinary potter. She was the matriarch of the mountain. It was said she was blind, but that her hands could read the history of any object and any person. She didn't buy pottery. She commissioned truths. Tomei felt panic rise. He spent 3 days without sleep, creating what he considered the perfect vase. No texture, no color, just pure, smooth form. A white lie made of clay. She entered his workshop. The silence was heavy. Tomei could barely breathe. Mia walked slowly, her hands hovering over the shelves of perfect vases. She didn't touch a single one. They are silent, she finally said. Her voice was like dry leaves. Your pieces have nothing to say, young Tomei. Tomei's heart pounded. Shame and anger warred in his chest. They are perfect, he retorted, his voice louder than he intended. Mia smiled sadly. No, they are just untouched. They haven't lived, they don't breathe, they hide the potter. She turned, her hands searching. Where do you keep your heart, Tomei? Where do you keep the pieces that speak? I don't have any, he lied. Mia stood still. The silence stretched. 1, 2 minutes. A silence so heavy Tomei felt he would suffocate. They're out back, he whispered. Defeated, in the graveyard. He led her behind the workshop. When Mia saw, or rather felt, the pile of shards, she took a sharp breath. She didn't feel contempt. She felt sorrow. So much pain, she murmured. She knelt and ran her hands over the shards as if reading a book in Braille. I'm no good, Tomei said, his voice breaking like his pieces. I'm a fraud. I break everything. I am broken. Mia looked up at him, her blind eyes seeming to see his very soul. You are not broken, child. You are unfinished. She picked up some of the largest shards from a blue vase Tomei had secretly loved. Bring me these, she commanded, and bring me lacquer and your finest gold dust. Tomei was confused, but he obeyed. We hide our flaws, Mia said, working with a calm certainty. We think the shame is in the crack. We think that if we break, we are finished. But the shame isn't in the crack, Tomei. The shame is in believing the crack is the end of the story. In my country, she continued, we don't throw away what is broken. We honor it. We see the break not as an end, but as an event, a chapter in the piece's life. And then we make it beautiful. She worked for hours, and when she was finished, she held up the vase. It was no longer a broken blue vase. It was a work of art. Veins of pure gold ran through it, creating a map of its history. The sunlight hit the gold, and the vase glowed. The crack, which was once Tomei's shame, was now its most stunning and beautiful feature. Tomei fell to his knees. He touched the golden veins. He saw his reflection in them. It's not hidden, he whispered. No, Mia said. It is celebrated. This is kintsugi, the art of embracing the flaw. Strength is not pretending you never broke, Tomei. Strength is showing the world you survived, and that your scars now gleam with gold. That day, Tomei stopped feeling broken. He stopped making perfect silent vases. He began making vases that told stories, some with golden veins, others with bold textures. He stopped hiding. This story, The story of Tomei and the gold is the story of every one of us. Many of us walk through the world like Tomei before Mia. We feel broken. We have a graveyard of shards hidden behind our minds. The relationship that failed, the business that went bankrupt, the opportunity we missed, the harsh words we heard in childhood that we somehow took as truth. And what do? We become masters of cold perfection. We build a flawless outer self, the good professional, the perfect parent, the always happy friend, and we live in constant terror that someone will see the tiny air bubble at the base, that someone will discover we are a fraud. Shame tells us, hide your cracks. If anyone sees them, you will be rejected. But here is the profound truth of Mia's lesson. Overcoming shame is not pretending you are perfect. Overcoming is having the courage to pick up the gold. The gold is your story. It's your vulnerability. The gold is self-compassion. The gold is therapy. It's the honest conversation with a friend. It's the act of forgiving yourself. The gold is the lesson you learned from the pain. You are not valuable in spite of your flaws. You are valuable because of the resilience you developed in healing them. Your scars are not your shame. They are proof that you are stronger than what tried to break you. The day Tomei stopped feeling broken was the day he decided his cracks deserved gold, not the graveyard. And you? Comment below. What crack in your life are you learning to fill with gold? What lesson has one of your flaws taught you about strength? Let's turn the comments into a gallery of kintsugi, of resilience. If this story touched your heart and helped you see your own scars differently, please like this video. Your interaction helps us bring this message of healing to more people. Share this video. There is someone in your life right now feeling broken. Maybe this is the story they need to hear to find their own gold. And for more impactful stories like this one that help us turn pain into purpose, subscribe to the channel. Remember, you are not broken. You are a work of art in progress. Stop hiding. Start glowing.